Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I thought I'd come and wish you a good day. I'm going to pull a few cards with the Dakini and then discuss a few ideas for we are going through this very challenging time and portals. And so I'm going to pull 10 cards for it is just saying this reading in the French video transmuted a lot of energy because the cards are a lot easier to deal with, although the situation is eternal life. It's about not getting lost in temporal process. It's understanding the great light of the end and to live in relationship to your highest value, your highest light. What comes to us or that goes around the situation is the Mont Meru, is the center of the universe. It is the connection between heaven and earth. What we see before us is self-preservation. It is like we have to learn to withdraw within our inner self in order to find this light. For some time, the world is there is difficult situation in the world, but we need to find this zen, this serenity, and we do not need to have always distraction for our senses, not to be bored with our life. We need to become good company with ourselves, just being ourselves, to apply this unconditional love to ourselves before we can practice it into the world. In the subconscious, in the distant past, it is the waves of bliss. For we have been discovered. We have put our hands on the love and light, the liquid light of love, and we know what love is. We just want to be able to cultivate and maintain this frequency so we can serve on the waves of love. The present situation is the island of jewels. It's about the ability to make our dreams come true. It is the miracle time. It is about discovering, making beauty, making our life this really enjoyable state. The most gracious state possible. What comes to us in the near future is how she spin. For it is like we're spinning a tapestry. At the end, it will be beautiful, but the ego and the souls are all eternally opposing each other. Go a bit into discussion about that. Our strength in the situation is amusement. It's quite wonderful. It's the ability to wish to have fun and enjoy, to know that it's really important to work, but to enjoy, to enjoy our life. We're just passing through here, so we may as well, the more we enjoy our life, not so much pleasure, but happiness as well. But pleasure can sometimes pleasure is very short time spent, but it is still about amusement and distraction, and to be able to find joy in relationship. Also here, it's about the Kama Sutra, and here goes around the situation, reinforces this situation. It is a horseplay. It's about finding all the connection that makes it possible for everybody to have a good time. We've created this earth was created as a paradise for all, but then we've distracted ourselves. The ego fall into duality to control the mental and the emotional, and this world is no longer the paradise that it was created to be. And so our mission is to create that for ourselves and to bring the whole world into the consciousness where we're going to be able to realign them. The flows of energy so that everybody can live in contentment and joy within the light of their soul. In inner emotion, it's the hopes and fear is the chameleon. For it is the ability to adapt to anything, to adapt to each moment, but it's not very grounded. So it's like we're still being asked to work with those times until we find this grounding. And the outcome is slay the ego. The ego is really is going to be slayed. For it's like once we are deprived of our ego, we have nothing left but our soul. And so the ego is the judgment of. So once we slay the ego, we have to deal with all the memory. We have to find a way to harmonize, to blend in our memory, and then from there, we'll find the self-created, the lotus, the great joy, the opening of the heart. But anything that's not that creates suffering in our life is because we have not transmuted these energies. And so, for the judgment when we judge our imperfection, it is the ego. When we're in satisfaction and accepting of who we are, in order with the will to change what needs to be changed, we are in the soul. When we are in contentment, we are in the soul. When we're in discontent, we are in the ego. When we're in fear and judgment, we are in the ego. When we're in love and creativity, we're in the soul. So it is very important to understand the voice of spirit and the voice of the ego, and to align ourselves step by step towards the full alignment of where our soul will become the master of our life. We have these 7 rays that we need to master, 7 chakras that are portal access to the creator. Each of the chakras are access to creator attributes, so to speak. So we need to master those, and from red to orange to yellow to green to blue to indigo and to purple and to violet. And then whenever we feel every day we need to upgrade. They're changing all the time, so we need to work on those every day. And whenever we feel there is a blockage somewhere, whether it's at the root, or usually it's on the lower chakras, but it can be in the heart, can be in the high. But whenever there's a blockage, is to take this energy and send it to the higher self. It will return to us balanced with the God energies, with a pinky iridescent light. For there is certain facets of our soul. The soul has created facets of guilt and shame and doubts and fears and overindulgence or compulsive habits. We need to put an end to that. It's very so we need to work on that. And for sometimes you feel like I partied so much in my younger life that it may take me many lives to balance out just the karma of this one life. Not so much karma in terms of in relationship to others, but in relationship to the toxins I have accumulated in my body. But I try to work out every day. I just hope that will be enough. And sometimes there is those two parallel reality of this amazing paradise reality that spirit is always giving me, and then my physical life that's completely limited and completely stuck in many ways. And so it's like I have to trust that all is passing, we're just passing through here, and it is more important to stay focused as close to my guidance as possible. Yes, and so I was talking about they won't need for this massive evacuation for there is enough of a collective that will be ascending with Gaia, ascending with the planet, and all those who do not want or not ready, they want to stay in 3D. At the end of their life, they're probably going to reincarnate in a planet that's very much like Earth. And I do believe it may very well be there is a twin sister of Earth's planets that exist in the Pleiades. Spirit showed me that long time ago, and it may be the planet that will be receiving all the souls that will evacuate the Earth after the end of their life in order to reincarnate in this 3D world after the ascension of the planet. For the Pleiades is the very center of our local universe, Alcyon, there's thousands of stars. Whenever you go there on the astral planes, you see it's like a great molecule with like all those stars are all connected, and those systems is quite huge. And the Pleiadians also are our closest extraterrestrial cousins, and we have a lot of the genetics. They're great healers, and we want to connect to the high frequency, the high councils of the Pleiades. So I just wanted to come and say hello. I'm not in a... hopefully there's going to be some big change that are coming. So the highest wisdom is courage. What we need to understand is energy. Everything is energy. Everything is one. And so we are energy in a sense. The physical body is just one tiny little minuscule part of the energy that we are, as God is energy. What we need to do is request. We need to ask for freedom. We need to ask the archangels and the angels and our guides to assist us in this freedom, in this liberation, in this empowerment, in anything that we need. We need to ask the universe, for it will be so much easier once we connect. And the outcome will be hesitation. Our will is not fully determined. Once we but the will, it's okay. It's okay not to judge ourselves for hesitating, but it's good to determine, to know that what we want, and to act, to follow whatever we feel is the highest path for us. At which point revelation will come. There's going to be great revelation that will come from our inner self. I'm going to sing a song. I saw in the French video. I sang "My Way," but it was a bit sad as a song. So I thought I sing a happier song in this one. But the painting behind me, this is a painting about the grand universe. It represents the total model of reality as it is presently exists in the cosmos, with paradise at the center, the 21 satellites of paradise. And then the 1 billionth sphere of the central universe, they called Avona. It's an ultimate universe that was created that's original, always have been, always will be. And then eventually the gods created the 7 super universe. For the Avona is 1 billion worlds, perfect inhabitants. Everything is done perfectly over there. It's not an evolving universe. And all the models of anything that we exist in the universes have been taken from there. And they're like the model for all reality. And the 7 super universes will eventually, each universe will eventually move into light and life, and then minor sector, major sector. So once all the super universe will be all in light and life, then the Supreme will emerge from paradise to become the commander of all that, and then a new transcendental level of galactic planes super galactic planes will open up. But it's number 2. The second painting I did on this subject is I really like this one. It's a recycled canvas. And this is a much later, it's 97, and this is 2008. This is a neo-metacosmic painting about the home. It's the 0 point, the 0 dimension that supports all things, and it's it's a huge splash. It's a very dynamic painting with the symbol, Indian symbol for the home. Well, I sing a song that's a little bit more joyful. So it goes like this. It's from David Bowie. It's called Ashes to Ashes. Do you remember a guy that's been in such an early song? I've heard a rumor from ground control. Oh no, don't say it's true. They got a message from the action man. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. I've loved all I needed love, solid details following. The shrieking of nothing is killing, just picture of Jap girls in synthesis, and I ain't got no money and ain't got no hair. But I hope I'm kicking the planet is growing, growing, growing. Ashes to ashes, funk to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie, strung out in heaven's high, hitting an all-time low. Time and again I tell myself, I'll stay clean tonight, but the little green wheels are following me. Oh no, not again. I am stuck with a valuable friend. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. One flash of light, but no smoking pistols. I've never done good things. I've never done bad things. I've never did anything out of the blue. Want an axe to break the ice. Wanna come down right now. Ashes to ashes, funk to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie, strung out in heaven's high, hitting an all-time low. Mama's say, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. Mama's say, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. Mama's say, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. What's a fun song is the following of the Space Oddity, when we lose Major Tom and we found him as this other planet, completely strung out in heaven's high. And so I wasn't going to come to talk or sing today, but Spirit said, well, go do it, so I can do it. To do it. And so there's the final card of the day is about celebration, joy, intimacy, having enjoyment, great enjoyment, about opening the champagne. Yeah, it's really celebration. It says, you have so many reasons to party. A community of friends, good news in relationship to a relationship or children. So it's about the three grace. Here there are mermaids, these great beautiful boats that can take us to many places. So life is gonna change. And so after this eclipse, I wish you a wonderful day. I hope this message was interesting for you, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Namaste.